At Texas Stadium, that score is correct. The Falcons 18, Dallas 17.
And you know what they did? I mean, the Falcons really came after the Cowboys. I mean, they have a blitz package, and they were going after Aikman. And you can see there was a fumble. Here they do it with a stunt. They don't get blocked. And you know, not only have they taken the aggressiveness out of this Cowboy offensive line, but they have frustrated, especially at the end of the first half. I mean, look at the frustration in Troy Aikman as he goes off the field. He doesn't have a chance. I mean, he doesn't have a chance. He goes back there, and the defensive linemen are back there before he is. Now, this is frustration. I mean, here's Eric Williams on the other side. The action and where they're having a problem is on the left side. But Eric Williams knows there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing anyone can do about it. And I think the Cowboys, if they're going to get in this game, they have to get upset. I mean, they have to get mad and say, look, you know, we got all this fancy stuff. We got this guy. We got this, we got the whole thing. We got to go out and play tough, aggressive football and take it to these guys.
Frustration can lead to anger. Excuse me, and that's what they need.
Yeah, and you never want to, let the anger take over. What you want to do is you want to just become more aggressive because of it. You never want to follow your temper into trouble.
Right.
You want to kind of keep your temper out and then just bring the aggressiveness. I mean, just playing football, and they just have to block, and they have to tackle, and they have to catch and throw and do all those kinds of things. And at some point, I think the Cowboys are going to have to move Larry Allen to left tackle. Whether they do it within this game or not, I'm not sure.
I think they better do it within this game. Boniol to kick it off. Metcalf will handle for Atlanta at the 3. And he is knocked down by Kavika Pittman.
Maybe the Cowboys talked about that at halftime.
Maybe so. First half statistics.
Yeah, here's the big thing. I mean, look at this. The Cowboys had 2 turnovers. That's one way that they can lose to Atlanta. And then here, the Falcons had the ball 20 minutes. The Cowboys only had the ball 9 minutes. I think those are the 2 most important things, that the Cowboys turned it over, and then the Falcons, scored when they turned it over, and then the Falcons have played a little keep away, then that adds to frustration.
1st and 10 Atlanta with Bobby Hebert still the quarterback at their own 18-yard line. Mitch Lyons, the tight end, to Hebert's right. The Falcons lead by a point. Just got the play off. Hebert, middle, caught, fumbled, ball's bouncing. Strickland came up with it, and the Cowboys get a break.
But there's one official back there that's saying the ball's dead, Pat.
Right.
The deep guy is saying that the ball's dead.
Or else he's saying he was still juggling, and it's an incomplete pass. Terrence Mathis.
I think it's the field judge right there. I think he come up and he waved his hands like this, where you got the palms down flat, and you're waving them back and forth. I think he was waving that it's an incomplete pass. Hebert's looking there, makes the pass there. I don't know about that. That looked like a fumble. It looked like he had it and was stripped from the ball.
2nd and 10. Again, Hebert changing the play, and they'll relay the message to the outside receivers. Bobby Hebert tripped up, gives the ball to Andersen on the way back, and Andersen will get an Atlanta Falcon first down, running over, bowling over everybody.
And that's what Bobby Hebert has to do. Bobby Hebert, he comes out there, that's that screen pass that he kind of throws like a shovel pass. You're going to see him come out and go back and then throw the shovel pass here. But it's a screen pass to the running back. See, he sprints out, and you see Andersen in here, and then he just underhands the ball to Andersen, and doing that, he had to hold on to it, and he took that hit.
A gain of 21 yards. Hebert got kicked in the ankle, it appeared, just as he was falling down.
He has to do that, and he has to sprint out, and it's kind of an option type thing, and then he just underhands it to Jamal Andersen on a screen.
Andersen gets the carry, tripped up in the backfield
by Leon Lett. Leon Lett had about 5 yards of penetration on that play. Watch Leon Lett here. This is the way that you take off when the ball snapped and you get into their backfield.
Actually, the man was blocking Leon Lett. Leon controlled him, so Robbie Tobeck.
Yeah, Robbie Tobeck was trying to block him, and Leon Lett just took Robbie Tobeck and rammed him right into Jamal Andersen.
And tripped him up. 2nd and 13. Falcons lead by a point. 3rd quarter at Texas Stadium. They bear out of the spread. And out of the pocket. Fell down and recovered. And he's hit by Leon Lett and Broderick Thomas.
You know, if you look at this, Pat, every time the Falcons had the ball in that first half, they scored. And that was good offense. They were scrappy. I mean, they had a field goal, then they finally got the touchdown on the quarterback sneak, and then 2 more field goals. So they scored 4 field goals in a touchdown. In the first half, they had 5 possessions, and they scored every time they had the ball.
The bad part of that is 4 times it was field goals.
And they did have 1 touchdown call back, remember, on that hands to the face penalty.
The draw play, and it's Jamal Andersen. On 3rd down, he gets outside the 40, and we'll see Atlanta punt.
But at least they got about 10 yards more of field position there.
Straczynski is the Atlanta punter. Back deep for Dallas is Kelvin Martin. First punt of today's contest. Handled at the 10. Good kick, good coverage. June Jones conversing with Bobby Hebert.
Dodge Stratus and Dodge Ram have just received the prestigious J.D. Power & Associates Appeal Award. Stratus tied for most appealing entry midsize car, and Ram receiving the award for the 2nd year in a row as most appealing full-size pickup. The Appeal Award comes from the most knowledgeable automotive experts of all, consumers. Frankly, we're tickled. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Atl is a pimp. I never could have outfought Santino. But I didn't know until this day that it was Rossini all along.
Mama says stupid is as stupid does.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
Toga, 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 toga.
September 19th, their inexplicable behavior continues.
No, I see it!
Got to go now. Braveheart is on.
Now, our feature presentation.
It's not TV. It's HBO.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change. By Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By HBO. It's not TV, it's HBO. And by the Oral-B Plaque Remover, providing unsurpassed clinical performance.
Atlanta 18, Dallas 17. Pat Summerall, John Madden. Cowboys have the ball, and they give it to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt knocked out of bounds at about the 19-yard line by Chuck Smith.
You know, the Falcons are carrying something over in this second half, Pat. That's interesting. They're putting Cornelius Bennett down as a defensive lineman, and in essence, they're playing a 5 defensive lineman alignment. You see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive linemen. Here's Cornelius Bennett. That won't give them so much trouble on the running game because they're running away from Cornelius Bennett. But if they keep lining up that way, they're going to have trouble with pass protection against that.
This is Smith again. To the 20. Travis Hall, who's taped up and back, retaped and back, I should say.
That was amazing. Remember that hit that Eric Williams put on him in the first half. I think what they decided this time is in this second half, they're going to run to the right side. They're going to get in there behind Larry Allen and Eric Williams. But the Falcon defense played it pretty well, and said Travis Hall being back there is a big surprise.
Yeah, he played very well. Two tight ends. Clay Shiver, one of the tight ends. Emmitt Smith doesn't get the first down.
Again, it's Cornelius Bennett right there, number 97. He got the penetration. He's really had a heck of a game so far. I mean, both as a linebacker and as a down defensive lineman.
And rushing the passer.
You're going to see him right here. You see, he's kind of hunkered down there, kind of hiding, and watch him hit that gap. I mean, Daryl Johnston tried to cut him, and he went right over Daryl Johnston and into Emmitt Smith. Heck of a play by Cornelius Bennett.
John Jett back to kick. Terrence Mathis deep for Atlanta. Let's kick short. Mathis got a devastating block. McIyer.
You know who that devastating block was by?
Haywood.
I think that was Ironhead. Ironhead, he just did there and did the old flat job.
He put...
That was a pancake.
Put the darkness.
Inside your car's fuel system, there's a constant battle between good and evil. So if you have a dirty fuel system, none of these dark forces can match the power of STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. STP's most technologically advanced fuel system cleaner ever. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
Can you identify who it was that frightened you, man?
I'll try.
This Halloween, terrifying creatures are on the loose at Taco Bell. Wanted Goosebumps at Taco Bell. Slappy's Candy Keeper, Cuddles the Horrible Hamster, Rappin' Mummy, and Skullmobile. Get them now. Goosebumps collectibles only at Taco Bell.
It has the most powerful gas and diesel engines of any full-size pickup. It has the most available payload and towing. It has the roomiest cab of all. And better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. It's the truck that wrote a whole new rule book. Now available in a leather-bound edition. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
If you don't know Ned Dorsey, you should.
You're in high spirits tonight.
Well, yeah, gonna have me some sex.
Ned and Stacy premiere soon on Fox.
Here's the ball carrier, here's the tackler, and here's the lurcher. The lurcher here is Ironhead Hayward. Now watch what happens when he sees that. Because I said you have to get him before he sees you. You see, if you don't see him, Ironhead is going to unload on you.
Coach's clicker. And Ironhead clicked out the lights.
That's what they always say. They say you want to get Ironhead before he eyeballs you.
Hebert, pass complete to Bert Emanuel. Stopped by Kevin Smith. Wendell Davis. That's who Ironhead hit with that block.
Wendell Davis didn't eyeball Ironhead. And he's still trying to figure out where he came from.
He should be easy to find.
Look at Ironhead. He's still laughing about it. He says, I was there, and he said he was all ready to go make the tackle. I just came and unloaded all my 260 pounds on him. It used to be 300.
Casillas jumped and pointed.
Where did poor old Mike Zandowski? Everyone's been pointing at old Zandowski today. Remember?
His own team.
His own guy pointed at him after that draw play down in the goal line. That time Tony Casillas pointed at him, saying poor old Zandowski moved.
Before the ball start, before the snap, ball start, number 72.
That's
5 yards.
That's old
It's still
Zandowski.
second down.
Now the official's pointing at it.
There's Zandowski. And it's just a slight little rock. It's no big deal. You see, he just got a little. Usually those guys will rock backwards. Zandowski kind of rocked forward. Backwards, where backward rock would be a pass protection, a forward rock would be blocking on a running play.
2nd and 9.
They're a little picky on Zandowski. He didn't hurt anyone.
Hebert into the pocket. Gets it to Terrence Mathis, and Mathis goes out of bounds inside the 30. Right now for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Pat, Giants have got a little something cooking. Take a look here. Dave Brown working to Thomas Lewis, who's working on Darrell Green and beats him. Lewis already with over 100 yards receiving. Giants have scored again, cut the Redskins lead in half. That in the 3rd. Back to Pat and John.
We're in the 3rd quarter here. 8:35 left to play in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10.
Well, you always stay with the quarterback. You never know what he's going to do in the 2nd half.
If he can stay upright. That's to Metcalf. And Metcalf down to the Dallas 21.
You know, it's interesting. Last night when we talked to June Jones about Eric Metcalf, he said that he's not going to play, or he's not going to start anyway, but he's going to maybe return kicks and punts. And I thought, geez, that's kind of funny. If you can return kickoffs and punts, you ought to be able to play offense. And they didn't start him. They started Freddie Scott.
Right.
And now things start going, and maybe Metcalf feels better, and he's in there because he's a threat. I mean, he's the one guy that on any play can take it to the end zone.
That's his first catch today. 2nd down at the 21 of Dallas. Jamal Anderson surges inside the 20, and that should be enough for a first down. He's brought down by Leon Lett.
You know, one thing that they're missing over there in that Cowboy, that right side of the defense is Charles Haley.
Yeah.
And, you know, the run and shoot, you have to play with one less linebacker and more defensive backs, but they've been trying to get someone at that right defensive end, and they've had Shante Carver in there. They've had Broderick Thomas over there, and whoever they put over there, that's the side that the Falcons have been working today.
This time it's Broderick Thomas. This time Jamal Anderson comes this way, and he's caught from behind by Broderick Thomas.
Yeah, they're better to run at Broderick Thomas than they are to run away from Broderick Thomas, because he was a defensive end that time. Shante Carver was the end before, and they just put Broderick Thomas in there. You can see Shante Carver limping there. They took him off, limping off on that last play. But Broderick Thomas, you know, can catch you from behind, and what he has trouble is muscling up against a big tackle in Bob Whitfield.
Bob Whitfield, probably Atlanta's most effective offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think by far. I think Bob Whitfield, one of the best offensive linemen in all the league.
2nd and 9. Jamal Anderson books a couple of tackles, gets down to about the 5 before he's brought down by George Teague and Fred Strickland.
In fact, it was Bob Whitfield that made that tackle. He didn't block the outside guy. He went in and got the linebacker, and Jamal Anderson ran right off his block. Watch Whitfield here. He doesn't block here. He comes inside. He comes inside and, boom, makes the block here, and Jamal Anderson runs right off that block. You see, he fakes like he's going to block, then, boom, right there, he gets that guy, shields him off, and Jamal Anderson could run right off Bob Whitfield's block.
Anderson, 21 carries for 90 yards. It's 1st and goal at the 6. Jamal Anderson to about the 4. Knocked backwards from there by Tony Tolbert. And Godfrey Miles.
Again, this is the area that the Atlanta Falcons have trouble in. They haven't had trouble controlling the ball. You see their time of possession and the number of plays, you know, more than double in time of possession. But once they get down in this area, they kind of slow down, and 4 out of 5 times they had to settle for field goals.
It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4.
I think they ought to throw 2 passes. You know, I mean, 2 of the passes into the end zone to one of those slot receivers out there.
I think Bobby Hebert agrees with you. He calls timeout and heads over to the sideline.
Welcome to Spirit of the Game, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places. Everybody, let's run and block.
Takes the trip to the stage.
And dance to the Lambeau Rock.
All you Green Bay Packer fans sitting in the Lambeau stands, gonna do the Lambeau leap up and down Lombardi Street. Fans be happy, fans be loud. Brooks leaps into Lambeau crowd up and down Lombardi Street. Hey, let's do the Lambeau leap.
I've been around this land of ours from sea to shining sea. And if it stands for anything, it's that every man is free. Free to roam from city to city, to ride the open range. Free to come and go at will, to grab hold of the reins. But if you want to see the country and its glory and its pride, you've got to have a trusty mount that's always ready to ride.
Which pickup, do you suppose, has the most powerful gasoline engine, the most powerful diesel, the most cab room, the most available towing, the most available payload, better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC? If you guessed Dodge Ram, you hit it right on the nose. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed. Same show.
Stop, don't shoot!
Same time.
Golly!
New night. The X-Files moves to Sundays beginning next week.
Back at Texas Stadium, Pat Summerall with John Madden. Atlanta has the ball, 2nd down at the Dallas 4. They lead by a point. June Jones, who's been under fire in Atlanta, trying to put those fires out, and a victory today would have a lot to do with that. Mitch Lyons, the tight end to the left of Andersen. They there. Touchdown. Bert Emanuel made the catch. They got them both down.
Hey, Bobby Hebert makes a perfect pass there. That's that fade. You know, we've seen him do the fade stop all day. He just threw it right to that back pylon. You have a front pylon on the goal line. You have a back pylon on the end line. And he just throws it right there where the only guy that can catch it is Bert Emanuel. See, it's a roll right, throw right, and he throws it right to that back pylon. You see that? In fact, you can practice that without even having a receiver. You just have him throw to that as a target.
Anderson's extra point is good. And it's Atlanta 25. Dallas 17.
This is no ordinary toothbrush. This is a Braun Oral-B plaque remover. The new Braun Oral-B Ultra. Its ultra-speed oscillating brushing action removes plaque better than an ordinary toothbrush. That's not our opinion. That's clinical fact. And its unique cup-shaped brush head cleans even below the gum line. Dentists recommend changing your toothbrush every 3 months. We suggest you change it forever with the Braun Oral-B Ultra.
McDonald's new Crispy Chicken Deluxe with an all-white meat breast filet, fresh lettuce, and tomato on a bakery soft roll. It's a grown-up reminder that you're never too old to drool. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Freshman Hotline, what's the problem?
Man, my party is lame. I think I got some skunky beer.
Sir, relax. When was your beer born?
Born? What are you talking about?
It doesn't have a born-on date?
A what?
Do you have any Budweiser?
No, man, you gotta help me.
Okay, remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
New Born on Dating from Budweiser, because fresh beer tastes better.
No! Sir, put down the skunky beer and slowly back away.
Introducing McDonald's Deluxe sandwiches. They're new, they're big, with fresh toppings and a bakery soft roll. The average adult has over 8,000 taste buds. Get ready to use them all. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Yeah, here's the touchdown again to Bert Emanuel. And did he have both feet in when he has the ball? right now, he has the ball. Now, this foot has to be down. The right foot has to be down when he has the ball, because the next time he steps, the right foot's going to be out of bounds. Left foot, right foot out of bounds. So, did he have the ball when that right foot was down? And it was about simultaneous.
Just about. In any case, it was ruled a touchdown, and Anderson's kickoff sails deep to Herschel Walker, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Walker's got some blockers in front. Knocked out of bounds at about the 45, 42-yard line. Lenny McGill knocked Herschel Walker out of bounds. Next Sunday here on Fox, don't forget, John and I'll be in Miami. Those are the early games. 49ers, the Oilers, Giants and Lions, the Buccaneers, Packers. And then the second game, the Cowboys at Miami. Aikman against Marino.
And the Cowboys, as we said before, had better start taking care of this business before they start thinking about next week's business.
Well, next week's business is not being taken seriously by them. Michael Irvin makes the catch. This game summary brought to you by Budweiser. Atlanta has scored on 6 out of 7 drives, only 1 punt. Dallas has 2 turnovers. Emmitt Smith has 2 touchdowns today. Morten Andersen 4 field goals.
And Bobby Hebert made a perfect pass.
Yes, he
on
did.
That last one to Bert Emanuel. Bobby Hebert has really been competitive today.
1st and 10. He's always competitive. Here's Aikman back to throw. Complete to Irvin. Irvin trying to break away from Tim McKyer, who hung on. That's another Dallas first down.
This is what the Cowboys have to do. They just have to get mad. I mean, you can't be satisfied with getting whipped. I mean, at some point where you're getting whipped, you got to turn around and get mad and start doing something about it. And the guys that have to do, I mean, you hear about the triplets. I mean, you hear about, Michael Irvin, and you hear about Troy Aikman, and you hear about Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders getting all the money. Those guys have to earn their money right now if the Cowboys are going to win this game.
Irvin split wide to the left this time. Emmitt Smith is deep. Aikman looks outside to Johnson. And Johnson gets the Dallas first down inside the 20. Anthony Phillips knocked him out of bounds.
You can just feel, the intensity in this defense. I mean, this offense of the Cowboys. You can just feel it in the quickness. Their pace is better. I mean, I haven't seen them have a good pace all year. I mean, where they have a pace where they call the play. Ernie Zampese up here calls the play. They get it in. They get it in the huddle. They get up to the line of scrimmage, and they're sharp and they're crisp.
Now they have that pace.
This is the first time I've seen it all year, right now in this drive.
Aikman gives to Emmitt Smith, who's picked up by Lester Archambault.
And then that's his way to stop that pace, is to get penetration. He said Lester Archambault got it. He got into the backfield before Emmitt Smith could get started.
One guy I don't feel is quite back to what he was is Emmitt Smith.
No, and even though he has a touchdown, even though he had over 100 yards last week, I agree with you.
Kelvin Martin in the slot now comes in motion.
This is going to be a pass.
Right. Open is Michael Irvin. Irvin does not get in. He stepped out of bounds at about the 3.
The Atlanta Falcons have a key, and the reason I said this is going to be a pass is that Moose Johnston wasn't in the backfield.
Right.
You see, Emmitt Smith is back here by himself, and they have a key that anytime Moose Johnston isn't in the backfield, he was split out to the left. It's going to be a pass. Here's Michael Irvin. He turned poor old Tim McKyer.
Look at how much
Did you
room.
see McKyer?
Whoa, look
McKyer was running back to the post. He thought it was going to be a post. He was running back to the post, and Michael Irvin was running an out pattern. What a move by Michael Irvin.
Here's Emmitt Smith again, and he flashes into the end zone, standing up. Irvin has 6 catches, 102 yards. Emmitt Smith has 3 touchdowns.
And you could see that. You could see the urgency. The Cowboys, for the first time on this drive, had some urgency. They're going to go for 2 now. The extra point, they started to run it in, then they ran it back off, and they're keeping their offense in there. They better get Emmitt Smith back in there.
They're going to try to tie it up. Atlanta leads 25-23.
They look like they had some kind of talking to, either talking to themselves or someone else talking to them on this drive.
Moose Johnston in motion. Aikman just does get rid of it, gets the 2 points to Michael Irvin. Aikman hit just as he let it go.
You're going to see Chuck Smith again, number 90. He's not blocked. He comes in from that right side, and he hits Aikman just as he throws that ball.
How can you not block it? Tie score.
Coming into the league, you're at the bottom of the mountain. Football camp is the hardest thing I've ever been through. Team, coaches, media, all eyes are looking at me.
We asked some of the NFL's hottest rookies to switch antiperspirants and try Degree.
Body heat activated.
As your body heat rises, Degree releases extra protection when you need it most.
As I work harder, Degree works harder. This stuff really works. It helped me keep my coolness.
Body heat activated Degree for an extra degree of protection.
Don't want to be smelling like you just played a football game.
Oh, the kids are always glued to the TV at dinner time because that's when all the cool stuff's on. But lately, rounding them up hasn't been that much of a struggle. Maybe they're starting to understand the concept of family time. Or maybe there's just nothing good on.
You get them to the table, we'll cook. Your choice of entree, 3 sides, cornbread, and a caramel apple pie. The $14.99 Market Feast.
Don't mess with dinner.
For every Market Feast sold, Boston Market is proud to make a donation to breast cancer charities.
In just 5 days,
You can't stop it.
the wait will finally be over.
The killer. He's got more bodies.
Millennium series premiere Friday on Fox.
Well, cheers on that 2-point play. Here's Chuck Smith here. George Hagelman blocks out. Nate Newton blocks down, and they let Chuck Smith go free. George Hagelman, what's he doing? There's no one coming on that side. He lets Chuck Smith come free right on Troy Aikman, and Aikman makes an amazing pass.
Really? Going backward.
Going backward, he had to be going backward because Chuck Smith was coming forward on him.
Boniol's kick is going to be handled by Metcalf at the 3. Eric Metcalf brought down inside the 20. Caught by Billy Davis.
See, now they finally got that urgency, and you can see this. I mean, Troy Aikman makes a heck of a play. Michael Irvin makes the catch, and then you can just see that the enthusiasm is not only here when they score, but that enthusiasm was there the whole drive.
Troy Aikman was saying how important it is to get your feet set. If you look at Emmitt Smith trying to get the crowd involved, he had both feet in the air when he threw that pass.
Well, and he had to again because no one blocked Chuck Smith. That'll wake your eyes up if they were droopy.
25 time, Mitch Lyons.
Even in this crowd's into it now. Now we're talking. Now we got a football game.
The most noise we've had in a long time. All day today. Outside Andersen. He delivers a blow and takes a blow.
I think the fans know about this urgency, too. The fans know we can talk about Jimmy and Jerry and Barry and, you know, and Michael Irvin back and all that stuff. But if they don't win, those games don't mean a darn thing if you're sitting 3 and 4. I mean, somewhere, if you're going to be the defending champions, you have to start defending your championship.
You got to get more wins than losses. It can't be 3 and 3. It's got to be 4 and 3 and more.
What Kevin Smith tried to do there, he didn't even try and wrap his arms around him. He just tried to knock Jamal Anderson out.
2nd and long. Hebert to Andersen. And again, the Cowboys win the battle with Andersen. More than one.
And Kevin Smith is out there again tackling like a linebacker. I mean, they want to challenge him. They're going to get a guy who's out there who's going to hit. I mean, he sticks his helmet in there. He has to go out. He's had 2 of those hits in a row. But watch Kevin Smith right here come up to the outside, and he just, boom, he just unloads with his shoulder. That's a cornerback with a linebacker hit. Now he has his helmet off. I mean, he's down on one knee here without his hat. Maybe he got the hat knocked off.
That's the end of the quarter. And I think, for one, Kevin Smith's glad that quarter's over.
Fox, the exclusive home of the 1996 World Series.
Dallas fans love 2 things: watching the Cowboys and talking about the Cowboys. Sunday night, you can talk Cowboys football with Babe Loffenberg. Just listen to 97.1 The Eagle to find out where to go to watch the Cowboys battle the Falcons today at noon on Fox 4. Our camera will be there so you can talk back to Babe. Then tonight, Babe will respond to your comments and questions. You can join Babe Loffenberg on Primetime Sports with Mike Ducey tonight after Game 2 of the World Series on Fox 4.
When asked, 9 out of 10 bugs said they'd steer clear of cars that use Exxon gasoline. The 10th was not available for comment. Put a tiger in your tank. If you're rocking and rolling in your car, even when the radio's off, switch to smooth-running Exxon gasoline. Put a tiger in your tank.
Intensify the treatment.
She said what?
The tissue is damaged.
You have got to be kidding.
Don't be
No way, she didn't. I know. I was like, no way. I mean, I'm totally not even really sure if Joe's going to ask me for Bobby or Bobby's going to ask me for Joe. I know. And then Sally said Tommy told Sandy to ask me if I would ever consider going out with Garrett.
The pain.
No way.
This game is sponsored in part by Southwestern Bell.
Atlanta 25, Dallas 25. The Falcons have the ball 3rd and about 8 at their own 20.
Kevin Smith is out there still shaking that shoulder from those last 2 great hits he had on Jamal Andersen.
Greg Haywood is now behind Hebert. Haywood started in motion. Hebert just does get rid of it. The pass is battled down. Pressured by Leon Lett again.
All year, anytime the Cowboys needed a big play, they were going to get it from this guy, Big Cat Leon Lett. Watch him here, the quickness. He really splits a double team. Yep. And the thing that he does, he keeps his feet. He keeps his feet moving all the time. Doesn't get tripped up. He's always going forward towards the quarterback. The guy that tipped that ball, though, was Broderick Thomas.
Big Leon Lett split that double team, as you said. Here's Krasinski back to punt it. Short kick. Kelvin Martin says get away from it. It takes an Atlanta bounce. And out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. A flag on the play.
And if something happened out of bounds, Pat, it's one of those things where the guy that was going downfield got caught out on the Atlanta sideline.
Still there.
And you're going to see this is a gunner, and you have 2 guys on him. Darren Woodson is just going to push him, knocked him right out of bounds, and knocked him right into a coach. Now, there's nothing illegal there yet. I mean, they just, in fact, that wasn't a coach. That was a player.
Jerron Bolden.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they just doubled him and knocked him right out of bounds. Sometimes you hit him so hard, they think this has to be something illegal.
Personal foul, number 30 of the receiving team. Late hit out of bounds, 15 yards.
30 is George Teague. Let's see what happened.
It's right there. See, it was after the play.
Yeah.
The play was a pretty good play, and then it was over, and then number 30, George Teague, came up and did that.
So the Cowboys are moved back.
I am Wall Street. Every day, people come to me with one thing on their minds, getting more for less. Will they find it in stocks, or bonds, or precious metals?
The all-new ES300.
Ah, so the smart money's in metal.
More of a Lexus, less of a price. At your Lexus dealer. It's equal parts, sweat and steel. It's decisions made in the split of a second. And pain endured for the length of a day. And at the finish, you're either toasting victory or getting set to do it all over again next week. It's auto racing, the way we do it on the Miller team.
We're in the car business, not the document business. That's why we use an outside specialist. Like us, they're quick and precise. I don't even have to go there. They have a dedicated account manager who comes right to my office. I like it when things get done without my having to worry. Keeps my head off the platter.
Every day, over 200,000 businesses use Kinko's, the new way to office.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the new Lexus ES300. The road is calling. Answer it. By the Principal Financial Group. For over a century, your edge in retirement, insurance, and investment products. And by Sony PlayStation. Killer of hopes, smasher of egos.
First down, Cowboys. Emmitt Smith gets the carry. Gets dragged down from behind by Chuck Smith.
Yeah, if you watch that penalty on George Teague, you're going to see he's number 30 here, and his job is to hold up the gunner. Now, they double team him, and you see what happens. He makes a pretty good hit there, and then Shelby just grabs him to the ground, rolls him, then he gets up, then he's still hitting him, and then when he hits him right there, that's the thing that they saw, and they called a penalty on.
You saw the official arrive just as he delivered the bowl.
But there was a heck of a lot going on before he delivered that last one.
11. Tuggle was blitzing up the middle, intended for Deion Sanders. Jesse Tuggle hurried Aikman.
And Deion Sanders probably wasn't looking when Aikman had to throw the ball, because when Tuggle came free, and it seems like this scheme of the Atlanta Falcons has been pretty effective, because it seems like there's been most of the day a guy running free at Troy Aikman. Sometimes he's gotten rid of the ball, sometimes he's completed it, but there have been times when he's taken some big hits too because of that.
3rd and 11. Here comes the blitz again. Aikman has to throw early. Intended for Irvin.
And that was Tuggle on the blitz. The time before, he went straight up the middle. This time he started in the middle, looped to the outside, and they didn't pick him up, and Troy Aikman had to get rid of the ball. You see, here's Tuggle here. He's going to come to this side this time. Last time he went straight up the middle. You see him come to the outside. Again, he comes free. Troy Aikman sees him coming at him, and he had to get rid of the ball.
All the offensive lineman could do was wave at him as he went by.
Again, I think this Atlanta Falcon defense, and Rod Russ, their defensive coordinator, has had great scheme all day.
Jets kick is a dandy. Terrence Mathis fields it. He's taken down immediately. George Teague down in a hurry to make the stop. 49-yard punt, 2-yard return.
McDonald's new Crispy Chicken Deluxe. With an all-white meat breast fillet, fresh lettuce, and tomato on a bakery soft roll. It's a grown-up reminder that you're never too old to drool. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
It can't be. I got to see. It is the 365. Boss, give a look.
Och det är ett IBM ThinkPad. Har de haft varit
Osborne. It could be no other. Feel the track point. Feast your eyes on the screen. Can we swing it, boss, huh?
Meglepően olcsó.
Yeah. That's my boss. What a guy, huh?
I am Wall Street. Every day, people come to me with one thing on their minds, getting more for less. Will they find it in stocks, or bonds, or precious metals?
The all-new ES300.
Ah, so the smart money's in metal.
More of a Lexus, less of a price. At your Lexus dealer.
Now, with 50% more tender filet than before, McDonald's new Fish Filet Deluxe is sure to satisfy your grown-up needs and desires. For lunch. It's McDonald's for the grown-up taste.
Sunday used to be the quietest night of the week. Not anymore.
Get an ambulance!
The X-Files on its new night, Sunday, October 27th.
Next Sunday here on Fox, the 49ers face the Oilers. Giants take on the Lions, Panthers, Eagles, and then the second game, the late game in Miami, the Cowboys against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are coming back, and the Cowboys have tied Atlanta. But Atlanta has the ball at their own 35. Bobby Hebert pass complete to Mathis. Right now, again, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
In fact, Carolina is 4-0 against the NFC West this season, trying to stay perfect here. Kerry Collins finding Mark Carrier. They go on top by the score of 16-7, that in the fourth. Back to Dallas. Pat and John.
Back in Dallas, it's 25-25. Mathis has 5 catches. 2nd and 1. Hebert, long count. Timeout. That's 2 the Falcons have used. They have 1 left. Score tied at 25. We're in the 4th quarter.
Reaching your financial goals can be a complex balancing act. At the Principal Financial Group, you will find the strength of our investment performance is your 401k retirement advantage. You will find our flexibility will meet your insurance needs, and you will find the balance of choice and quality you need in health coverage. For over 100 years, the Principal has made the complex simple. That's how we give you an edge. The Principal.
Let's go, guys.
Now that Sprint is the official telecommunications provider to the NFL, the teams can do business in a whole new way.
Now, here's the play. Toss 38 on 2.
Right, Coach. They can use Sprint broadcast facts.
Hey, guys.
Data networking.
I just cracked their defense. Get out of the way. Can't see.
And video conferencing.
Go, go, go.
Sprint helps the whole NFL win. Let us help your business do more business. Call Sprint Business.
In Stand and Deliver, we learned the lesson. In Dangerous Minds, we saw the truth. Now it's time for recess.
Our assistant principal is still missing.
From the makers of the Naked Gun.
Yeah.
John Lovett.
I know it's deaf, but jam, it's straight up booty.
High School High. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday.
Second and 1. Atlanta at their own 45-yard line.
What they're doing here, Pat, I haven't seen in a long time. They're doing the wave. I haven't seen the wave in about 5 years. I don't know that I've ever seen it here in Dallas.
Well, there are not many waves around here.
Here comes the wave.
Hebert gets to Andersen. And Andersen gets an Atlanta first down. 13 minutes left to play, just under 13. The Falcons only have 1 timeout left. The wave's still going on.
I know, it's right underneath us, and it's going around our right and around in the end zone. There it goes right there. There it goes. Whoa, there goes the wave.
That looks like it's pretty well planned.
I know it. Looks like it's orchestrated.
Even in the upper deck, they're waving.
Because I think with the Cowboys being 3-3, and the score tied in the 4th quarter, I think even those fans feel the urgency, not only of this game, but of the whole season for the Cowboys.
Here comes the wave again. And here come the Falcons again. Hebert gets it. Pass caught by Bert Emanuel. Short of the first down by about a yard.
I'll tell you, Bobby Hebert is really taking a beating today. I mean, I think both these quarterbacks are, but it seems like every time Bobby Hebert completes a pass, he ends up on his back.
And there's a reason he ends up on his back.
Yeah, because I mean, here comes Fred Strickland. No one blocks Fred Strickland. And look what he does. He just drives Bobby Hebert right into the turf. And that is on a completed pass.
Yeah. 2nd and 4. 6-yard completion. Hebert gives to Andersen. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. Broderick Thomas first. Right now, let's return to James Brown again at our Fox Television Center.
Hey, Pat, a tale of two halves. Second half belonging to the Giants. Giants come up with their second rushing touchdown of the season. This one in by Tyrone Wheatley. They have cut a 28-0 deficit to 28-21. Back to Irvin, Pat, and John.
Some good action going on around the league. 25-25 here at Texas Stadium.
We got some real good action going right here.
Yep. 3rd down, about 4. Hebert to throw it. Gonna have time to step up and makes the pass complete to Bert Emanuel. And that should be enough for an Atlanta first down.
You know, and that's one of the first times that you said that he has time. Because Bert Emanuel is out here and he's on Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is up there jamming him for 5 yards, grabbing him. Bert Emanuel just works and Bobby Hebert makes a heck of a throw. But as you say, here's one time they did get pass protection. Bobby Hebert was able to get back, to step up, and throw the ball, even though he darn near fell over Chad Henne.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Atlanta. 25-25 score. Flags fly.
Looks like it was on Bob Whitfield.
5 yards. It's still first down.
Mitch Lyons.
Mitch Lyons is right here. He's the tight end. Yeah, he was the end man. It is Mitch Lyons.
Yep. Just have a look at the pressure that both quarterbacks have been under today.
Yeah, and here's the big one, too. I mean, you can only take so many of these. I mean, Bobby Hebert has been hit as he threw the ball or after he threw the ball 13 times. Troy Aikman, and they've had less plays, has been hit 9 times.
1st and 15. Hebert gets to Andersen, just a couple. Less than 9.5, coming up to 9.5 minutes. Less than 10. There's big Leon Lett.
And they know that urgency. I mean, you know, again, why Leon Lett isn't in there, I have no idea. I mean, to me, Leon Lett is one of the few dominating defensive players in the league, and he ought to be in there on every down.
Broderick Thomas is the injured Cowboy.
Broderick Thomas is, you know, what they call Sam linebacker, strong side linebacker. Maybe he took Dixon Edwards' place. Had him as a free agent in the offseason, but today he's been playing this whole game as a defensive lineman. And you're going to see him. He's right here. And again, he's taking on Bob Whitfield there. You see the ball goes to the inside, and he gets another block, and it looks like something happened right at the end of the play. I mean, you couldn't see anything there. But, you know, with this artificial turf, I mean, a lot of times, you know, your foot gets stuck, and as you go down, things happen.
And things just give way. Don't forget game 1, coverage beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 Pacific Time. John Smoltz against Andy Pettit. Game 1 of the World Series here on Fox.
You know, there's nothing like the World Series. Nope. I mean, there's something, you know, you talk about, I mean, the Super Bowl, that's big, the World Series.
And when you say it's at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, the World Series at Yankee Stadium, you can't beat that, and they even got bunting. But we have bunting now in the NFL. I love this. I mean, you know, the World Series has always had great bunting. They have bunting everywhere. And now football has kind of copied it and said that what the heck, if that's the thing that, you know, gets people excited and brings them, we're going to have bunting in football. And that makes it bigger. When you see bunting, whenever you see bunting, you know it's big.
And the next step is to get somebody to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
They always flip a coin at the Super Bowl. Let's get somebody to throw out the first ball.
But never throw it short.
Right. Here's Hebert backpedaling, stepping up, firing. Pass incomplete. Through the hands of Terrence Mathis, and again, Hebert couldn't get much on it.
And again, Leon Lett was hanging on him. Here's Leon Lett and Tony Tolbert from that side. They're going to be the two guys that are going to end up on Bobby Hebert. See Leon Lett coming straight up the middle, Tolbert coming from the outside. Leon Lett grabs the front and the head of him, and Tony Tolbert takes the back and the bottom end of him. I mean, how that ball even got out of there is amazing. He should have caught that ball. Bobby Hebert didn't see what happened on that play.
3rd and 14. Hebert out of the spread. Here comes the jailbreak. The screen to Ironhead Hayward. And Ironhead still on his feet, still running over people inside the 25 to about the 22. Roger Harper finally stopped him.
And I think on that play, you have to make it look like a jailbreak to be successful. It's going to, see, he's back here. Here's Ironhead. Hebert's going to come out here. Ironhead's going to go like he's going to block, and then they're going to throw him a screen in the middle. But I think you have to make it look like a jailbreak so that he can sneak and get in that position. And then when he gets the ball and gets his shoulders squared up, a lot of guys are making business decisions. And there were 3 missed tackles on that play.
Dallas Cowboys have had a tough day tackling both Andersen and Ironhead. Hebert throwing deep for Bert Emanuel off his hand. Covered by Kevin Smith.
You know, that fade pass there, though, Bobby Hebert is awfully accurate on that thing. Here's the matchup up there. Bert Emanuel already has 1 touchdown on Kevin Smith, but that ball is right there.
Wow. What a good throw. Kevin Smith, it looks as if he just got his fingertips on it.
He just got that right hand on that ball to knock it out of there. But Bobby Hebert's been under a lot of pressure, but he's hung in there.
2nd and 10. Well within range for Morten Andersen. And a handoff to Hayward. Brett Strickland meets him and buckles for a minute, but then surges back.
You know how many guys the Cowboys had on that tackle? Because I counted the 2 that weren't in there. They had 9 guys. 9 guys to take Ironhead Hayward down.
Well, that's what you need.
That's the old thing. When you got to get everyone to the ball, I counted the guys that weren't there, and there were only 2 guys not there. Because Ironhead doesn't go down early. But boom, everyone is in on that tackle. 9 guys to take Ironhead down.
11th play of the drive coming up. 3rd down and about 8. Hebert out of the spread. He gives it, fakes to Ironhead and throws. Pass is deflected and batted down. I think Chad Henning's got the hand up.
Bobby Hebert is still a game to him. This is a bootleg. What he's going to do is he's going to take the ball and he's going to fake and then bootleg out here. You see the fake there? Fake. Now he bootlegs out to the right. Broderick Thomas, number 51, was the guy who knocked the ball down. They just carried him out on the play before.
Yep. Here's Andersen. He's 4 out of 4 today. He is 5 out of 5 today. And the Falcons take the lead 28-25. His career high is tied today.
Teammates sponsored by the U.S. Army. Be part of our team in the Army.
Great day to play some football. Great day to play some football.
For Panther linebackers, every day is a great day to play football. Wildman Kevin Green has joined Sam Mills, Lamar Lathan, and Carlton Bailey to give Carolina one of the top tackling tandems in the entire NFL.
Oh, he was pounded and just thrilled.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better. Playing 3 up. Spotty. For myself. For my future.
2 nearly identical Porsche 911s.
One destined for Le Mans, the other for a quieter life in America. But then again, expecting any Porsche to lead a quiet life may be asking a bit too much.
Hi.
Porsche, there is no substitute.
No, this one's on us, sir.
Right.
The defending champion Braves take on the Yankees in Game 1 of the World Series, only on Fox. Coverage begins tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Porsche, who wish to remind you there is no substitute.
Back at Texas Stadium, where the Atlanta Falcons have taken a 28-25 lead over Dallas. 7 minutes, 9 seconds left. Morten Andersen to kick off. The Falcons have had trouble covering kickoff, and Herschel Walker will challenge them again. At about the 18, Elbert Shelley made the stop. The blockbuster blimp has just joined us because of wind in this area. Last week, the blockbuster video blimp established another record when it came the first blimp ever to fly in the high elevation of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Wind, elevation, they'll do anything.
I know, but you know, it seems funny because the field goal kickers have been, you know, kicking bombs all day today, and you wouldn't think that wind was a factor. It hasn't been a factor here in the stadium, but I guess outside, when a blimp can't get up, that's windy.
Here's Aikman to Bjornsson. About 4. McKyer made the stop.
And I think the Cowboys have to go back to that urgency they had in the third quarter, and I think these fans have to get back to that urgency. Because, you know, they had it when it was tied, but they looked like they got, is the word apathetic?
Well, if there is,
a word?
there is now.
Yeah, the crowd looks a little apathetic right now. I mean, I don't know that they really feel that the Cowboys right now are going to win this game.
One woman has the old-fashioned funeral home fan. Here's Bjornsson again, who makes the catch. Devin Bush made the stop.
The thing is, again, I think that you can throw to Bjornsson and so on, but if Michael Irvin is going to be a playmaker, I think you got to get the ball to him. I think he has to be the guy. I think Emmitt Smith has to be the guy. And I think Troy Aikman has to be the gun, and the offensive line has to block.
And the crowd's got to get excited.
Now, the crowd, I mean, here over the years has never really been one of the exciting crowds in the NFL.
But we've heard them very vocal
today.
Yes, earlier today. Here's Aikman backpedaling. Incomplete. Intended for Irvin. There's Jay Novacek. They miss him sorely as well. Bjornsson's done a good job, but he's not yet Jay Novacek.
Yeah, and they're starting to think now that Jay Novacek may never be back. You know, there was a talk that Jay Novacek may be back in a week or two, or this is getting better, and I just get the feeling around the Cowboys now is they don't expect that Jay Novacek is going to be back, period.
Well, every time he starts to feel better, something else goes wrong, it seems like. Jets back to punt. High kick is going to be handled. Bounces to Ironhead Haywood. Went over Metcalf's head. He came dashing up to try to handle it, but Ironhead made the save.
You know, this Atlanta defense and this guy right here, Rod Russ, the defensive coordinator, I think have really done an outstanding job today. I mean, because you know, he's playing with a defense that is outmanned, outsized, and with scheme. You know, by moving guys around. Cornelius Bennett as a linebacker, as a down lineman. Chuck Smith from right to left, putting a guy outside him, inside him, scheming and breaking a guy free and putting a lot of pressure on Troy Aikman. I think they have come up with a heck of a defensive game plan today.
They really have. And they also have the football with 5:26 left to play now.
And Bobby Hebert's done a big job of that.
Oh, boy. Courageous. Here's Hayward. Found a little opening and got about 6, stopped by Darren Smith.
You know, we said that Jamal Anderson kind of plays most of the, 80% of the plays, and they kind of substitute themselves. And I think it's interesting is once this game got close and the Falcons had to win it, I think Ironhead Hayward probably put himself in.
I think he got excited on that block.
Oh, yeah, he said, yeah, because he had a bad shoulder, so he figures if I can make a block like that, I want to get in there and play. I want to see what these Cowboys are all about.
2nd and 4. Less than 5 minutes. Atlanta leading 28-25. Hebert scrambles out. Pass complete. Hebert bought some time and threw a shot to Bert Emanuel.
Like I said, Bobby Hebert really is competing today because when he's had time, he's completed them. When he hasn't had time, he's stood in there and took the hit and completed them. And that time he had to buy a little time, and he got to the outside and completed it.
You know, his career, he's never lost to Dallas.
That's right. He was 3-0 coming into today's game. In fact, once against Dallas, he threw a touchdown pass to Deion Sanders for, what, 80 yards?
Yes. Deion's longest completion ever. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Hebert, whistles blow.
Before the snap, delay of game on the offense.
Took too much time.
5 yards.
Here's that play you were just talking about.
It was in 1993 at Atlanta. He threw a short out to Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders took it all the way. As we said, Bobby Hebert coming into this game was 3-0 against the Dallas Cowboys. But he didn't want to brag about it. It was a 70-yard. I said 80 yards. I gave Deion and Bobby Hebert 10 yards.
Well, they deserve it. The other 2 times, of course, that he beat Dallas, he was the quarterback at New Orleans.
I think I'd have Deion Sanders in there on defense, too.
Hebert, incomplete. Terrence Mathis, the intended receiver. That'll make it 2nd and 15.
You know, that's one of the problems with playing both ways. I mean, Deion Sanders is coming back in now. But I think that, you get down, and you're down by 3 points in the last 3 minutes, and your star defensive player has to take a rest. And, if there is a negative thing to go in both ways, that's it. Because I don't think that star players, if they're not injured or anything, should ever be off the field. That includes Deion Sanders on defense, and that includes Leon Lett.
2nd and 15. Ball play to Hayward. Hayward wrapped up at about the 48. George Teague, who's been very active today. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited. 28-25, Atlanta over Dallas.
One of the big things this Falcon offense has done is just keep the ball away from the Cowboys. The Cowboys have only had 13 plays offensively this second half.
And the crowd urging the Cowboys. This is a big play for their defense. Hebert has lots of time. Look out. He gets it to Hayward. Hebert threw that pass on the way down. Tony Tolbert hit him along with 2 other Cowboys. While he was going down, he threw the pass to Hayward.
Yeah, Chad Hennings was there. Shante Carver was there. You wonder how he got rid of that one. Watch him. He's in the shotgun. This is a roll right. Now he's going out here to buy a little time. He's holding. Now that clock goes off in his head, and he knows that that's all the time he has. He better get rid of that ball.
He saved some yards with that one, and no fumble. Pass completion.
Look at Michael Irvin is in there. Michael Irvin was in there with his punt return team giving them a toss. That's what this game has been about, you see. Tony Tolbert and Bobby Hebert, after that play, just kind of laying there. 2 guys that have given everything they had.
Relaxing a bit. Kelvin Martin back deep for Dallas. Brzezinski to punt it. High kick. Kelvin Martin watches as it sails out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. So the Cowboys are going to have a long way to go. 2:47 left. They took one of their timeouts, so they have 2 left. 2:47 on the scoreboard clock. Of course, they have the 2-minute warning as well.
Well, we know that, time isn't the thing. I mean, what the Cowboys, and this is the thing they haven't done well all year, is to be able to string a lot of successful plays together to have a long drive. And to do that, you need some big plays, and you're going to need them right now. I mean, this could be a big part of the Cowboys season right here on this drive.
This drive here. Talk about important, big, whatever term you want to use. Aikman retreats. Fires outside to Deion Sanders. Sanders ducks under the tacklers at the 25. McKyer is the defender.
And that was the first pass that Deion Sanders caught today. You're going to see him out here on Tim McKyer. He just runs up. He gets Tim turned a little, sells him on the up, and then runs the out. We saw earlier Michael Irvin down towards the goal line did the same thing to Tim McKyer.
Sanders right, Irvin left. First down, Cowboys. Aikman back. Blitz coming. Gets the ball out to Darrell Johnston. There's a flag on the play. Jesse Tuggle, the rusher.
And that's in the area where they call holding on the left tackle. That's exactly what it is. When that side guy calls it, it's on the tackle on that side, which will be George Hegeman.
Holding, number 22 of the offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Or it'll be the back on that side. It's always the outside guy on the side. Here he calls Emmitt Smith here, but it has to be over here on this side. See, he comes to block the outside guy. Yeah, it's holding. He always calls it on the outside guy, and Emmitt Smith did. He just grabbed the leg.
First down and 20. Kelvin Martin. Here's Aikman deep. Aikman fires deep. That's Kelvin Martin. And that's enough for the first down.
And that's why Troy Aikman's Troy Aikman.
He fired. And that's a good way to describe that one. That ball got there to hurry. 2 minutes left. The Falcons leading by a field goal.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Pack up your stuff.
I got a little surprise for you here.
Check it out. What do you think about that?
We got real-time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy?
Feel a little like your days are numbered?
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
You're hurting my elbow.
Is that Italian?
No, Bandicoot is an Australian name.
Take a stroll down memory lane at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
You crushed my knee. Was your toes? You broke my ribs.
It was your nose.
Ah, yes. Oh. I remember it well. You sacked me once.
I sacked you twice.
In pouring rain.
No, it was nice.
Ah, yes.
But when you go, don't forget your Visa card, because the Hall takes the NFL's best, but not American Express.
See ya, Nitschke.
It's buckets.
Ah, yes.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
In a side-by-side comparison, we found that more people prefer the quicker, easier Energizer tester over any other on-battery tester. It's the best way to make sure your battery keeps going and going.
Tender grilled chicken, fresh lettuce and tomato, a bakery soft roll. McDonald's new grilled chicken deluxe is loaded with the stuff grown-ups love, inspiring a truly adult emotion, lust.
Oh, baby.
It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
You're just 5 days away from the series People magazine calls the best new show of the year.
The 1,000 years is over!
Millennium series premiere Friday on Fox.
Let's watch that last completion of Troy Aikman. He's on the left. Kelvin Martin is on the right. And you see how Troy Aikman throws the ball before Martin even makes that cut. I mean, he knew he was where he was going. He had to get his feet set. Kelvin Martin was going to run it out, and that was a perfect timing pass.
First and 10 at the 40 for the Cowboys. 2 minutes left. For Sanders. Just overthrown.
Boy, did Emmitt Smith make a block on that one. The Falcons came on a blitz, and again, now you need pass protection. and he got his pass protection. I mean, this is what you need, because this guy not only has to be a runner, but he's going to step and he's going to have to block here and get that done if Troy Aikman is going to make that deep pass. Watch it. Doink! Right there. Look at the time that Troy Aikman had. They took a shot. Deion Sanders had Tim McKyer beaten, but the ball was just over his fingertip.
2nd and 10. Motion is Johnston. Here comes the blitz again for Atlanta. Down the middle to Kelvin Martin. Off to the races to the 20. 10. He's going to score. From 60 yards from Troy Aikman.
I said if they're worth the money they're getting paid, they got to show it right now. And I'll tell you, this guy, Troy Aikman, he showed it big on these last couple of plays. Boom, he hits Kelvin Martin. Kelvin Martin just runs right through and away from everyone. And you know who the guy was that said they ought to sign Kelvin Martin a couple weeks ago? Troy Aikman.
They say he can't run. He's not that fast. He's not big enough. Aikman said, I want him back. Troy Aikman's comfortable with Kmart, they call him. Kelvin Martin. They lead 32-28.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to be cool. Hang out with other guys who are cool. But even cool guys sweat. 40% more than women, in fact. So how you gonna stay cool? With something new. Speed Stick Gel. No other gel keeps you drier, so you always feel your coolest. It's unbeatable gel protection, and guys, no matter how cool they are, need all the protection they can get. New Speed Stick Gel. It's just for the guys.
32-28, Dallas. Here's what got them the lead.
Troy Aikman needed to play. He threw a perfect pass to Kelvin Martin, and Kelvin Martin did it the rest.
He may not be fast enough, but nobody caught him.
He was faster than any Falcon on the field. Now that is a guy that had to make a play. I said that these guys that make all the money, this is what they get paid for, to make plays right now, and Troy Aikman did that. They were behind. They had the full length of the field. They had gotten a penalty, and then under adverse conditions, they hung in there, and he hit that boom to Kelvin Martin, and the second one to Kelvin Martin.
Eric Metcalf. Metcalf out of bounds, finally just outside the 20. Right at the 20.
I think we have to remember, I think Troy Aikman knows this. He knows what Bobby Hebert's done all day today. I mean, Bobby Hebert's been a warrior. He's hung in there today, and anything that they've questioned, Bobby Hebert's had an answer for. So he could have an answer for this.
Today's game being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. Technical producer is Bob Muller, the associate director Rich Russo. Broadcast associates Mike Roig and Fran Morrison. Studio produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. Executive producers at Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. First down, Atlanta.
And the Cowboys sideline players are waving towels. They're trying to get this crowd in there to help their defense.
Hebert drops it outside. That won't get it done. Jamal Anderson.
And remember, the Falcons have already used 2 timeouts. They only have 1 timeout left.
A minute and 18 seconds, the clock running. Hebert back in the spread formation. 2nd and 10. Just over a minute left. Flag on the play.
I think Bob Whitfield moved on that one, the left tackle.
That touchdown pass from Troy Aikman to Kelvin Martin, the longest Cowboy play of the year.
5 yards. It's still 2nd down.
That's another one of those real slight rocks there by Bob Whitfield. You see, he just started, just moved up, and once he moves, everyone's going to point on him, and they call it.
2nd and 15 for the Falcons from their own 14. Hebert has some time, gets it outside. J.J. Burton makes the catch. J. with his quickness can't get away from Deion Sanders.
That's the thing, and we said that before. Deion Sanders is a good tackler. He just doesn't do a lot of it, but when he has to, he's a good tackler. He had to, and he did.
Atlanta just used their last timeout.
I mean, I love my husband, but he'll buy anything. Good morning, sweetheart.
Morning. What?
Like last week, he wanted to spend $700 on a satellite dish. A gadget guy. So I called Prime Star. Prime Star's a service, so there's no equipment to buy. You get the dish, digital picture and sound, and it starts at about $1 a day. He's so happy with Prime Star, he got me these.
For the best value in satellite TV, call 1-800-PRIME-STAR or visit your local Radio Shack.
Dallas just scored to take the lead from Atlanta. 60-yard pass from Troy Aikman to Kelvin Martin. Up until then, it had been seesaw all day long. Morten Andersen kicked 5 field goals. Emmitt Smith scored 3 touchdowns. Third and 9, Atlanta. They trail 32-28. Ball at their own 20. 3rd down. Bobby Hebert all day at quarterback. Fires in the slot. Pass complete to Eric Metcalf. And that'll move the sticks for Atlanta as they hurry up.
And remember, Atlanta has no timeouts.
Clock running less than 40 seconds. Hebert back to throw it from behind. Sacked by Shante Carver.
Shante Carver lined up on Bob Whitfield and went right around him. Here's Shante Carver here. You're going to see Bobby Hebert's in the shotgun. Bob Whitfield just didn't get back there. He didn't get back. He didn't get set up. He didn't do anything. That was a half effort. Oh, boy, he didn't get it when he needed it. I mean, Bob Whitfield had to stand up and block on that one, and he didn't get back. He didn't get set. He didn't get anything. He was the guy that they just called the penalty on 2 plays ago. That is very unlike him.
Bill Eager, June Jones, and a happy, although you wouldn't know it, Troy Aikman.
I think Troy Aikman's going to be a little happier when this 23 seconds gets off that clock. Because Troy Aikman did what he had to do. I mean, it had been a frustrating day for him, and this Atlanta Falcon defense had played very well. They schemed him. They did all those things. They knocked him around, and he hung in there all day. And then at the end, he threw this one.
To Kelvin Martin, number 83.
Kelvin Martin just runs that quick slant. He hit them. It looked like the 2 Falcons picked off themselves, the 2 Falcon defensive backs. Kelvin Martin, who's not supposed to be able to run, outruns everyone on the Falcon team.
Not supposed to be big enough to find in the pass scheme in the secondary.
But when they needed a wide receiver, Kelvin Martin was the guy that Troy Aikman recommended that they go and get.
They said, get him back here. He did.
Because he knows what to do.
Here's Hebert again. Hebert fires up the middle, short of the 1st down at the 40. To Bert Emanuel. Hebert says, hurry up.
Hebert's out. They have to take Bobby Hebert out. They're going to try a field goal.
Can't be.
No, it has to be Browning Nagel came in.
Browning Nagel came in. He got a shotgun of an arm, but he won't have a chance to use it. He fumbled. Picked up by an Atlanta Falcons, Jamal Anderson. And the game is over.
And they had one more play they wanted to get in, so they ran Bobby Hebert off, ran Browning Nagel in, and he was going to try and throw a deep Hail Mary. The Cowboys didn't give him a chance to get anything off. But what a fight these Atlanta Falcons put up today.
Did they ever? June Jones deserves an awful lot of credit. So does Barry Switzer. 32-28, the final score. The Cowboys improved to 4-3. The Falcons remain winless 0-7. It was a struggle.
It was a great battle. I mean, these Falcons came in, they hadn't won a game, but boy, did they fight today.
Final score, Dallas 32, Atlanta 28. Coming up, James Brown, Terry Bradshaw will be along from the Fox Television Center with the NASDAQ postgame report right after these messages.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Coors Light.
Overlooked since 1873.
You mean Hertz helped us earn these free airline tickets?
Exactly. Triple miles from Hertz.
Triple miles just for renting with Hertz?
Exactly. On weekly and weekend rentals.
And we still get computerized driving directions, emergency roadside assistance, and all the Hertz service?
Exactly. It's Hertz.
So, I guess I can stop thinking about how much we're saving and start enjoying our vacation.
Exactly.
Can you identify who it was that frightened you, ma'am?
I'll try.
This Halloween, terrifying creatures are on the loose at Taco Bell. Wanted Goosebumps at Taco Bell. Slappy's Candy Keeper, Cuddles the Horrible Hamster, Rappin' Mummy, and Skullmobile. Get them now. Goosebumps collectibles only at Taco Bell.
The latest local sports scores and news when you want it. Call 4 in Touch 24 hours a day at 299-FOX-4.
Come on, man, I want to see sparks flying off those helmets.
Joe Abbazzano likes his new Ford truck so much,
Come on, man, move.
he never gets out of it.
That's it. Good job, man. Hit the shower. Everybody in the shower now.
Ford trucks, the best-selling trucks in Texas. Get a new F-150 for just $269 a month with air at no extra charge. Plus, enter to win a trip for two to the Super Bowl. Only at your North Texas Ford dealer.
Hey, guys, I think I'm going to need a couple extra towels here.
The Dallas Cowboys are going to make fried fish out of the Miami Dolphins.
And you're invited to the cook-off.
Before the game, Fox 4 hooks an inside look on how the Cowboys plan to bait the Dolphins.
And since Florida's my old stomping ground, I've got home field advantage.
You won't want to miss Barry and Jimmy head-to-head.
And me, reeling in the big kicks.
It's Showdown in South Florida with Mike Ducey, Friday at 7 on Fox 4.
Back here in Hollywood for the NASDAQ postgame report. Ronnie, Howie, and Terry, I'm James Brown. Let's get you caught up on the rest of the scores as we go around the league. You saw that the Cowboys up into the Falcons in the closing minutes, 32-28. Emmitt Smith, a big day indeed on the ground.
On the ground is right. Back. This is a 9-yard touchdown reception from Troy Aikman as the Cowboys jumped on top 17-12, but back comes Bobby Hebert. Notice the time clock. It did expire before the play. No one caught it. Cowboys argued, but it gave the Falcons a lead 25-17. And now Troy Aikman sacked. Both quarterbacks today under a lot of duress, a lot of pressure. Bert Emanuel, 4-yard touchdown reception in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, 25-17 Atlanta. And Emmitt Smith coming back. He gets through. Game 25-23. Cowboys go to tie it up. Great job. Notice inside pressure. Aikman finds Michael Irvin in the cornerback. That ties up the football game at 25-all. Atlanta driving with a shot. Iron Hayward takes the ball. He goes up. He gets to the 22-yard line. Great effort on this screenplay by the Falcons. Morten Andersen, his 5th field goal of the day, ties the most in his career. And then this game winner, Kelvin Martin from the slot, the safety with an inside release, the safety that's covered him, went over the double, Michael Irvin, therefore left the middle wide open for Kelvin Martin. He takes it 60 yards, the longest play of the year, offensively for the Cowboys, as they take care of the visiting Falcons, 32-28.
Atlantis, wow, still with us, 0-7. Terry Allen, a big day for the Redskins, 3 touchdowns.
But we've seen this last week. We saw it this week, something the Redskins have worked on all week long, gadget plays. A reverse, Leslie Shepard takes it. He goes 31 yards down to the 2-yard line. Next play, Terry Allen. He gets in for the touchdown, 7-0 Skins. Gus Farad, he comes back. He pumps it. He does this to get the safety, the freeze, allowing Henry Eller plenty of time down the sideline, all the way to the 2-yard line. Terry Allen scores again, 21-0, as it looks like a rout. Dave Brown throws to Thomas Lewis. He drops it. Darrell Green, he scoops it up. He goes 68 yards. Holy cow, 28-0. Redskins all over the visiting Giants. But Dave Brown had a good job in the second half. He gets Chris Callan's way on a crossing route, 13-yard touchdown. That cuts it to 28-14, but the final is 31-21. The Giants play a great second half, especially offensively.
And it was a game of 2 halves indeed. Giants won the second half.
Saints. Yes, Saints. Tyrone Hughes, one of the best in the NFL on special teams. He fumbles. This sets up a 23-yard John Casey field goal. Casey on the Ray Zeller gets this touchdown run here. This puts the Saints up 7-3. But Kerry Collins finds Mark Carrier, 13 yards. Great job today by Kerry Collins, standing in the pocket, firing the football, but the game belonged to John Casey. He has now kicked 9 field goals in the 2 victories this year for Carolina over the Saints. 9 field goals. Amazing, as the Panthers take care of the Saints 19-7.
And the Panthers stay undefeated against opponents in the NFC West with that victory. The Redskins 31-21 over the Giants. A big day for Terry Allen, who now leads the NFL in touchdowns with 10. Let's take it back to RFK, Dick Stockton, and Matt Millen.
Thank you very much, JB. And I would say the Redskins are breathing a sigh of relief right now. They had a 28-0 lead at half. The Giants made it very close. A late field goal by Scott Blanton iced it. But the Redskins win. They're 6-1, but it wasn't as easy as it looked in the first half.
No, it really wasn't. I mean, it was a tale of 2 halves. When you looked at what the Giants did in the first half, everything they could do wrong, they did wrong. And everything they could do right in the second half, they did. Their offensive line really started to play well. The play calling from the sideline was really aggressive also. And then Dave Brown had himself a second half that was as good as I've seen him play.
But in the first half, Terry Allen with 3 touchdowns for the first time in his career. But after the game, we asked him about what happened in the second half when the Giants came back.
Well, they came out and made some adjustments, and offensively, we just didn't play well in the second half. You know, the defense, they were struggling a little bit, but we were able to get enough points to win.
Terry, you know, I'm watching you, and so much has been said about your knee injuries and coming back and all that stuff, and you and I have talked about it, but I can see a difference in you, like you have that other gear. Maybe you've always had it, but I mean, it looks like you're going in fast motion sometimes.
Well, I'm happy. You know, I'm back doing what I like to do. I'm in a good organization, and I'm just having fun playing.
Well, congratulations. You played a great game. You're 6-1. Continue to do it.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Terry.
All right, that's the story. The Redskins won. Now the tough part of their schedule is coming up. Back to you, JB.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. And once again, the Cowboys on top of the Falcons in the closing minutes, 32-28, a big pass by Troy Aikman. Aikman had a very solid day indeed as Dallas improves to 4-3. We take you back to Irving, Texas. Pat Summerall and John Madden.
It had to be a very tough day physically, too, as well as satisfying, huh, Troy?
Well, it was, yeah. And, you know, our guys hung in there throughout the day, but they were able to get some pressure there on me. You know, we didn't get anything given to us today. We had to work for everything we got, and I'm really proud of the way the team rallied and was able to pull it out there at the end.
You know, I really felt in that third quarter that you got an urgency and a pace to your offense that I hadn't seen all year. Is that right?
I think you're right, John. Throughout the year, we have really not gotten any momentum getting in and out of the huddle or getting any type of offensive rhythm, and I agree with that. I think there in the second half, in the third quarter, when we got down by 8 and we had to start doing something with the football, I really sensed that the offense was starting to surge at that time.
The touchdown pass, the winning touchdown pass to Kelvin Martin. How much did you have to do with Kelvin Martin being here?
Well, you know, I had as much to do, I guess, as anybody with the exception of Jerry Jones. He's the one who has to go out and get him signed and pay him the kind of money to bring him in. But I had played with Kelvin back my first few years here in the league. First Super Bowl year, Kelvin was still with the team. And so I've been able to play with him, and I've got a lot of confidence in him, and that was important when we lost Michael, to have someone come in that I had some rapport with. And the guy, they say he's not fast enough, he's not quick enough, but all he does is make plays for us. He's really helped our football team.
And he did today. And now, Troy, that this one is all over with, we can start looking towards next week. And how about that one going down to Miami, and you guys and the Dolphins?
Well, we're looking forward to the ball game. I think there's going to be a lot made of it through the media because of Jimmy's association with the Cowboys, obviously. But it's one of 16 for us. We're at 4-3. It's an important game because we can't afford to lose any more games, whether it be Miami or anybody else. And so I think a lot more is going to be made of the matchup than what there really should be, but that's fine. We're going to go out and play as hard as we can.
We're going to make as much as we can of it.
I know you will.
Thank you, Troy.
For the life of me, congratulations.
Thanks.
Back to JB in Los Angeles.
All right, Pat and John, and you guys won't be the only ones to make a lot of it. We will as well. Cowboys improved to 4-3. Miami, by the way, lost today to the Philadelphia Eagles. They dropped to 4-3. Back inside here with the crew indeed. Howie, I thought, now Washington in the first half, very, very impressive. A game of two halves. It belonged to New York in the second half. But gadget plays, traditionally I thought that meant that a team didn't have much confidence in his offense if it had to rely on gadgets.
Well, in some cases it is, but in this case I think Norv Turner is a very inventive offensive coordinator as such, as being a head coach. One of the few head coaches that is actively calling the plays on the sideline. I think, you know, the biggest difference in Washington from last year to this year is they're winning these close games. Great character build. Ellert is a guy they wanted to get matched up on Seahorn, and they did.
And the great thing about putting gadget plays in, it keeps everybody excited throughout the week. Coming off a big win last week, now coming back playing the Giants, you want to get everybody enthused about going out and practicing, and I think that's what Norv was trying to accomplish there.
Gadget plays are for teams that are aggressive on the backside. You go one way, you come back with the ball to the other. And that's what they're playing. A lot of aggressive teams, so they reverse it.
Good tactical reason for it. We thank you very much. When we come back, we'll talk a bit more, show you some highlights of that, and talk about the Miami loss in a moment.